Hello everybody! Today, this is my first interview ever, by the way. I'm really excited to have someone really special here with us.
Hi.
My amazing friend and client, Taryn Baker. And she has been with me. We've been working together for like 2 years now?
I think
More?
a little bit over 2 years.
Over 2
now.
years.
Yes.
And she is just one of those incredible women who shows you that you can reach your goals no matter what. And I couldn't not share her story. And I'm so happy that she has allowed me to allow her to share it because she's such a private person and so not wanting to broadcast her life. But she's allowed me to do it to help inspire everyone today.
As nervous as I am, yes, I am here today to let you do this.
To let me do this.
Yes, it's all about letting you do this. Yes.
Yeah. So just to give you a little intro, so Taryn lives here in Modine, and while being a mom of 3 beautiful children and running her own catering business, Baker's Inn, she started her fitness journey with me at least a little over 2 years ago, and she's coming from a place not only wanting to reach certain goals and seeing them as very far away, but she's been struggling with her own health issues through a thyroid disorder. And I want you, Taryn, if you will, just to share a little bit about your what it is that you're going through, what your day-to-day life is, how it started.
So I have what is called Hashimoto's disease, and basically it's a thyroid autoimmune disorder.
Okay.
Where my own immune system is attacking my thyroid.
Sounds fun.
So, I mean, yeah, right. If you saw a scan of my thyroid, you would see like damage and scar tissues and nodules, and it's just a huge big mess. But it didn't start like that. Like, I was originally diagnosed 9 years ago with just an underactive thyroid, you know. Take your medicine, do some exercise, eat properly, and you'll be fine.
Okay.
But for me, it didn't go that way, and it just kept getting worse. And so now I basically live with pain and inflammation and exhaustion, and what I guess some people, I don't know, call like body crashes, where like your body just, you cannot get up some days.
Yeah. I remember you calling me on those
Right,
days.
like
I just physically cannot get out of bed.
Exactly, and thank God, like now, there are way less. Like, it's not happening as often, and I mean, that's a result of working through it.
Exercise, nutrition really
exercising,
works.
and
It does something.
Exactly.
Wow.
So that's the sum up, I guess.
Yeah, that's really, it's incredible. So, but it's still affecting you every day.
It does. Every day there is pain, and there are days where I'm so swollen and pregnant, which I'm not. So yeah, it does have an effect on day-to-day life.
So when you came to me, when you made that decision, okay, I'm going to essentially take charge of my body, what is it at that point, since you said you've had this for 9 years, what was that moment or that decision that drove you to start?
It was actually, I was misdiagnosed with something, so not to do with the thyroid.
Okay.
And I was put on this medication that it basically played with my body. It encouraged the thyroid to get worse quicker. Is that the right English? I don't know. But
I don't care, but that's terrible.
And my weight doubled and I ballooned. Like, it actually looked like someone had taken me and blown me up like a balloon. And it's funny, like I can laugh now about it.
Yeah.
But at the time, it actually made me think, wow, there's something to that. Like, my body's obviously trying to tell me something. Something's obviously wrong, and I need to start listening to what my body's trying to tell me. So when I was in South Africa, I saw a doctor, and he helped me to come off this really bad medicine.
Oh, okay.
And from that, like, I slowly started doing what I was doing 9 years ago, walking slowly, like 10 minutes a day, 15 minutes a day, walking myself to a very awesome stretching class with a personal trainer.
Alright, I forgot we did a stretching class before we started the training.
Exactly. And slowly looking after my body and listening to my body. And what I realized was, well, first of all, this personal trainer is awesome. So, seriously, so like I thought, okay, I could join any group exercise class, but that's not what I need. I need someone who, if I'm going to listen to my body, I need someone in my corner who's going to help me listen to my body. And so I started with this personal trainer, and it was slow, like I think it was 20 minutes
Well, yeah,
twice a week.
Yeah,
or something
really
silly.
gradually.
Exactly, and that's what led me to, well, you actually, not just personal trainer, but you.
Right, that's
Yeah.
so cool. And so, I guess I want to know, you started with me and you were working, but there were times where you were more inflamed and times where you really did crash and like you couldn't get out of bed and it was harder and easier and we were off and on.
Right.
But overall, like looking at those pictures, it was, you've been so consistent and it's been so gradual because when you showed me that first picture, I was like, I didn't know you when you looked like that. Because it's been so gradual that I didn't remember. And it's just crazy the effects of, if you weren't doing anything crazy at first, you were slowly listening to your body and just taking on what you could when you could. But I mean, it's hard enough as a busy working mom to fit in like exercise and taking care of your nutrition and doing all that when you're healthy. Like, what was it inside you that made you stay consistent to push through all of that and being in pain every single day and say, I'm doing this anyway?
I guess two things. One, I knew from my own research that by staying consistent and doing the exercise and eating properly, that actually leads to better thyroid health. And so I had to make the decision that, like, if I don't do it, I'm going to go backwards rather than forwards, and that's not an option for me.
Right.
Like, it was not an option. I had to keep moving
You're a fighter.
forward. And I guess also, and this is the biggest, is my children. Like, basically, I needed to be able to get out of bed and be there with them and do things for them, and if I didn't let myself at least 95% of the time be consistent, then I was going to be failing not just my body but them also. So that really was a huge encouragement. And believe me, there are days where I have to rest. I mean, I do still, and sometimes one day turns into a 2-day rest. But by getting up on that third day, I know that I am moving forward. I know I've already said that, but
crazy
okay.
that for you,
I know.
now 2 days of rest is like, oh my god,
It
this
used
is
to be
huge.
like I'd
When
crash
you
and it would be 2 weeks.
You couldn't move.
Exactly. But I think through being fit and consistent, it's just helped me grow stronger. So I do want to say one more thing about the consistent, and what
Get it all out.
really helps me is this, and I said my children, but this is so important, is I want my children to see that I'm trying. That Emma's not lying in bed and just giving up. She is trying her absolute best. Don't make me cry. Her absolute best so that she can be with us. And also I'm hoping that becomes a role model thing for them, that they themselves should try their best.
Right.
In life to do whatever it is that needs to be done. And I do happen to have this little motivator at home who every day, it's exercise time,
Oh
Emma.
my god.
And she manages to only do about 2 of Tova's exercises because they are brutal. But she
does that with you
helps,
now.
yes, she helps me get out of bed
We
or whatever
have
it
to do
is,
that.
get into my workout clothes, and I manage to do it. And when she says, okay, Emma, I'm tired, I say, okay, but we tried. Thank you for trying. Trying is very important in my house.
Wow, that's such an incredible message. Because it's like, it does help when it's for you, but also that external motivation. I think especially us as moms, we have those people who are like, okay, we want to do our best to teach you to live this lifestyle. It takes that extra strength and be like, yeah, like those days where you're exhausted and you don't know how you're gonna move. And for me, even without the pain, and then I'm like, I have to change a diaper though. And I managed to get up and do it because that is stronger than your exhaustion or your pain.
100%.
It's so amazing. And do you think, like, aside from exercise, has nutrition, the way you've been eating, the amount you've been eating, helped you at all in the way you're feeling?
100%, definitely. I mean, I used to not be able to eat more than 2 meals a day, if I was lucky, because I was so inflamed and whatever. I feel like the food was just sitting.
Oh my God.
It's sitting there. But since I've learned more about the fitness and the nutrition and what's good for my body and what's not good for my body, I actually now eat about 5-6 times a day.
Yes! Yes! I think a few people watching might be a little confused because I'm giving you a high five for eating more. But like a big thing something that I see often is that people often aren't losing weight because they're not eating enough and their bodies are malnourished. So they're holding on to every little nutrient they have and they're like, I'm not letting that go because I don't know when I'm getting my next meal. And it's so cool that like eating more.
Obviously I had to adjust the way I was eating.
Right.
The meals are much smaller, but they can now be spread out.
Yeah.
And it doesn't feel like it's sitting anymore because I'm eating. Also, I've learned what not to eat.
Okay. Like what? For someone who has maybe a
thyroid thing,
what would you advise?
Funny, because it's actually the healthy stuff that can cause.
Oh, interesting.
Cauliflower, I can't eat.
Really?
Tofu, I'm vegetarian, so I get a lot of my protein from
Even more
tofu
restrictions,
or the
yeah.
lentils or whatever. And tofu is a once a
Yeah,
week.
what is it? Inflames you? What?
It actually just like weakens the thyroid.
Oh, interesting. These are like things
Yes.
to know. That's good to know.
Kale also weakens the thyroid. So I've had to learn like what I can eat and what my body will take.
What can you just tell us a few things that someone with a thyroid disorder can eat that is beneficial to it or that you feel feels good for you?
Smoothies.
Smoothies. But what do you put in the
Smoothies are
smoothie?
great
Like, you
because
can't put
first
kale
of
in
all
your
I don't have to
smoothie.
chew. I know that's funny, but so I can't. So it is a lot of fruit-based smoothies, and I throw in the yogurt for the protein, and if I have
Yeah.
seeds, chia seeds are great.
Okay, that's good.
But it does have a lot to do with the not chewing.
Right.
And a lot of people with thyroid issues do avoid gluten. But like I found like having like a small amount of granola or whatever with seeds and stuff in it and yogurt also fine.
Right. Okay. Also the oats often you can get gluten free oats, so that's helpful.
That's true. And a lot of salads. I do stick to a lot of like plant-based stuff, like
Right.
salads. I throw in the red lentils a lot. But
Yeah.
I just
Like you're eating
better.
Yeah, it's crazy because we were training privately for a while, and now you're in my challenges. So it's different because I'm not actually seeing you every day. So I think when I would see you every single week, so you were progressing, but like it wasn't like, oh my God, because I'm used to seeing you. But then if I hadn't seen you in like 2 months, and you were in my challenges, and I saw you, I didn't recognize you.
It's actually you didn't. Like I said hi, and you're like, what?
That's not the
Who's
shape of
that?
her face. That's gonna be Taryn.
I know.
So it's just cool to see, from both angles. Like when it's consistent, when you're consistent,
Right.
and you're seeing yourself all the time, you don't necessarily feel shocked because you're gradual.
Or
But
you
for
don't
someone-
necessarily see it. It did take me a while to actually see
Believe
it
that.
myself.
Yeah.
So yes.
Yeah. So now, you've agreed to do this interview with me, so you're obviously in a
Yes.
place where you feel good about yourself. You feel confident.
I do.
Are you like, you feel like you're at your goal? Do you feel like you have future goals?
I definitely have more goals.
Yeah.
I'm at a certain goal, yes. And I mean, my energy levels, which was originally my goal.
Right.
If you remember, when
Yeah.
I first started, I wasn't here to lose weight. I was here to feel better. And my energy levels are so much better. Like, that's what I'm saying. Like, I don't have these body crashes as often. and it's not like I do still have to nap some days. I should put that out
we
there.
all?
Well, that's I am still human. I'm not this like perfect robot now.
The goal, working on that's how the goal has to be.
So no, but so I do still have to nap, but my overall health and the energy and even the strength, like I can feel myself stronger. I can play longer with my kids, or do a better push-up than I could, but it's the energy levels that really have been noticeable.
Yeah. Wow, it's cool to be able to also track it, not just be able to say like I feel more energetic, but like say like I actually played longer with my kids. That's something you can measure,
But my goals are not met yet.
I feel like we never have, like once we hit a goal, we just want more.
I also think that because I've now gone on this fitness journey, this eating properly, nutrition, I guess is the right word, it's become part of my everyday life. So like I'm not going to start changing it now because I know what it was like before. I'm not going to, like I said, there's no option of going backwards. It's all back forward. And that's now my lifestyle. So if it means meeting more goals, then perfect. Amazing.
Right. That's so such a great mindset to have.
I had to adjust a lot of my thinking in order to get to a positive mindset.
What was one big thing you think was like the hardest thing for you to change in your mindset?
I think it was actually the reaching the goals thing, because it would be so nice to say in 3 months I'm going to lose 50 kilos and that's my goal. But I'm going to point to someone again. Someone had a little voice in my head and she said, but look how amazing you are doing with what your body is doing to you. It doesn't mean that it, just because it's not this huge goal, doesn't mean that it's not a goal met. So I used that and I restructured, very good, thank you, my thinking. And it became more of, okay, so I need to set this small goal and reach that, and then this small goal and reach that. And eventually, if you set enough small goals and reach them, you've got a handful of results.
Yes. That's all of that. That's what consistency is, right?
And I know you put the butterfly metaphor out there, and that.
Well, why don't you tell everyone for people who didn't see?
So there's this metaphor, or should I explain the whole thing?
Go for it.
So the thyroid is in the shape of a butterfly, and so I use that butterfly as a message of hope for myself. And there is this quote that says, a butterfly has to go through a lot of darkness in order to become beautiful. And I use that. Now, not necessarily that I'm going to be beautiful, but
you already are, and you already have been. I think that's the point. But it's to feel.
But it's not just about physical beauty. It's actually about also an inner beauty and a peacefulness and that.
Yeah.
But the part that helped me back with the goals was the darkness part. Was you got to tread lightly. So you got to tread lightly to get through this darkness, and that was goal by goal by goal, and that is what helped me. And basically, and this is also linked to basically my body fighting itself, is I'm fighting this war, but battle at a time, like one battle at a time.
Wow,
and
I love that. That is so inspirational.
I'm getting a bit. Can I have a sip of my coffee?
Yes.
You speak.
Go for it. Well, I think we basically have enough motivation to last people a lifetime right now. But what I want to hear just like one message that you want to give over from your experience to people either going through a similar experience or someone even just struggling with their own health goals or fitness goals that so many of us can relate to. You know that you keep falling off track and you see all these people with these results and you're not getting there. What would you say to them, coming from someone who's went through so much and seen the results that you've seen?
I actually have two messages, if you don't mind. So the first one is never give up. Like, be patient with yourself and your body.
Yeah.
And if you have a bad day, have that bad day. Because none of us are perfect. We are only human. but don't let that bad day defeat you. Like, remember that we are stronger than we actually think we are.
Everyone is.
And that will help. Like, it really, that helped me, like, knowing that I can just keep slowly pushing myself forward. And my other message, and this isn't for people struggling, I think this is for women in general, and busy moms, whatever, just women, is don't judge other people.
Oh my God.
Because
Wait, can we just, thank you. I'm so happy that was said. That wasn't even like something I was thinking of putting here, but that it happens too often.
Don't judge she's overweight or she's too skinny even. Because you have no idea what anyone is actually really going through in their life.
Exactly.
We're all going through something, so don't judge. And this is where I love your 4-week fit challenge because because we are a community of women who've come from all over. I mean, I think you have people from all countries in there, different stages in our lives, and we're all there to reach our goals. But instead of, we're not like, oh, she's losing weight quicker than me, or let's, like, put her down. No, we are inspiring each other, and we are encouraging each other. And to me,
it's so
as
beautiful to
women,
watch.
we should not be putting each other down. We're not in high school. We should be lifting each other up, and that will make everything just so much better.
Yes, I 100% agree. I think we just need to leave off on this message because I have goosebumps.
Well, I'm
I
gonna
do have
cry. So
goosebumps.
let's, before the makeup run.
Okay, so yeah, thank you so much for joining us today. I hope that you have what to take away. I mean, there's so much to take away from Taryn's story and her journey, and the journey that she's still on. So thank you so much for joining us and listening to us. And if you are going through something similar, or you have been inspired by her and want to start working towards reaching your goals, I'm so happy to hold your hand the whole way,
as well.
just like I am with her. But you could click the link below and you can find that link to my 4-week fit challenges. I also have a Busy Moms Get Fit online course to literally hold your hand every step of the way, like we did together, and help you get to wherever you need to be. And the goal is to make it a lifestyle, not a quick fix, to go at your own pace because we're all different, and just to be healthier and feel better.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for joining us.
Bye.
Bye.